You ever notice how some people aren't really trying to talk to you? They're trying to trigger you? They want a reaction. That's the trap. Because the moment you react, you're not standing on your path anymore. You've stepped onto theirs. And when that happens, they win. Not because they were right, not because they were strong, but because they distracted you long enough for you to forget who you are and what you're building. See, reacting doesn't make you powerful. It makes you vulnerable. It gives them the controls, and most of us fall for it without even knowing. One insult, one misinterpretation, one post online, and boom, there goes your peace. But here's the truth. The real power isn't in the comeback. It's in the stillness. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't need to clap back. You don't need to win the argument. You just need to keep going. Focused, silent, and unshakable. Because every second you spend reacting is a second you've stopped growing. The next time someone tries to pull you into their storm, pause. And remember this. You don't need to fight every battle. You don't need to pick up every glove thrown at you. Let your growth speak. Let your silence be the proof. That's real strength. Here's something they never taught us in school. You are only responsible for your mind, not the world, not their opinions, not what they say about you. That's not just self-help talk. That's Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius said it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Let that sink in. Because life will always throw noise at you. Insults, drama, misunderstandings, lies. And most people? They react. They fight back. They try to correct, defend, explain. But when you do that, you give away your power. You let them control the story. Now here's the shift. Real strength is staying centered when the storm hits. When someone twists your words and you stay calm. When someone disrespects you and you don't chase their approval. That's not weakness. That's not avoidance. That's focus. Silence isn't empty. It's full of energy. It's the weapon of someone who understands this. The real battlefield is not out there. It's in here. It's your thoughts, your triggers, your ego. So the next time the world tries to pull you into chaos, remember, you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Sometimes, silence is the loudest victory. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt frustrated because someone didn't get you? Didn't see your worth? Didn't acknowledge your effort? We've all been there. It's human to want to be understood, to want applause, praise, even just a nod that says, "I see you." But here's the truth. You don't need it. You don't need their approval to know your work matters. You don't need their permission to feel proud of who you're becoming. Because the more you chase validation, the more power you hand over. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, said, "What disturbs us is not events, but our judgments about them." It's not what they said. It's what you believed about it. That little voice that says, "They don't see me, so maybe I'm not enough." But that's not strength. That's ego. When someone misunderstands you, you don't need to explain. When they overlook you, you don't need to beg for attention. Real power is found in the pause, that space between trigger and response. That's where the old you fades and the new you is forged. In silence, in self-respect, in choosing peace over performance. So next time you're tempted to react, ask yourself, who are you doing this for? Them or you? Because the moment you stop needing to be understood, you finally understand yourself. And that changes everything. Here's something most people don't realize. The most mature, evolved version of you doesn't argue. Think about that. You don't react. You don't explain. You don't take the bait. Why? Because you've outgrown the need to be pulled into drama. Seneca, another Stoic giant, once said, "He who angers you conquers you." And that's not just a quote. That's a mirror. Every time you let someone provoke you, Every time you raise your voice to prove a point, you're letting them win a battle they never deserved to fight. But when you stay calm, when you remain still while they try to stir chaos, that's power. It confuses people. It frustrates them because they realize they don't control you anymore. And that silence, it speaks volumes. It says, I've evolved. I've got nothing to prove. I'm building something bigger than your opinion of me. This isn't about being passive. It's about being precise with your energy. You're not here to win arguments. You're here to win yourself. So next time they try to provoke you, smile. Because the more silent you are, the louder your presence becomes. Here's something I wish more people understood. Not every battle is meant to be fought. And some arguments? They're just distractions wearing the mask of truth. Have you ever noticed how some people don't actually want clarity? They want conflict. They'll twist your words, question your motives, and poke at your peace, all just to pull you back into a space you've outgrown. But here's the thing. When you stay silent, when you stop explaining and start building, that's when everything changes. Silence isn't weakness. It's focus. It's healing. It's growth. And while they're busy trying to pull you into chaos, you're creating something they'll never understand. Peace. Real power doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to be seen. It doesn't need to prove anything. It just moves, quietly, intentionally, forward. You don't rise by debating people who don't want to understand you. You rise by refusing to come down to their level. So let your results do the talking. Let your consistency speak louder than any defense. Let your peace become so solid, they start asking what changed. And when they do, you smile. Because you don't owe them the answer. You already gave it, in silence. You're not here to be controlled. You're not here to prove anything to anyone. You're here to become the strongest, calmest, most grounded version of yourself. And that doesn't happen in the noise. It happens in the discipline, in the stillness, in the quiet, consistent work no one sees, but everyone eventually feels. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, don't take the bait. Don't raise your voice. Raise your standard. Pause, breathe, and keep building. Because the real power, it's not in the reaction, it's in the refusal to be moved by chaos. If you're still watching this, I know something about you. You're ready. You're not here for entertainment. You're here for evolution. This channel, it's not just a video. It's your mental gym, your quiet corner of the internet when the world gets too loud. So come back when you need clarity. Come back when your peace is tested. Come back when you forget how powerful your silence really is. Because silence isn't weakness. It's restraint. It's clarity. It's freedom. Don't argue. Don't react. Quietly upgrade yourself and let your stillness speak louder than noise ever could. Your silence is your proof. Your growth is your answer. Your peace is your power.